Welcome to a very special Q&A at the Lucha Lounge. I hope you're enjoying your visit at the Lucha Lounge. Now, this very special Q&A is courtesy of Wolfspawn 1978. You see, he asked me 10 questions, and he's an actual fan, so I thought I'd make a whole Q&A based on his 10 questions. So without further ado, this first one is, what is my favorite match to wrestle? And really, I like hardcore or no rules matches, especially when there's a build-up. My match with Sabu aside, most of my matches that have had some kind of anything goes stipulation have been good because they've been good builds as far as feuds. So those are my favorite kind of matches. Have I played any of the wrestling video games out there? And I've played most, if not all. I haven't played more of the recent ones, but I started back in Attitude days. With Stone Cold on the cover, and No Mercy, and the list goes on and on. I've played pretty much every video game, wrestling video game out there, with the exception of a few, and I'm actually looking to get SmackDown vs. Raw 2008. I know it's a little late, but I'm going to try it out. So, what is your dream match that you have always wanted to see? And I've thought about it long and hard, and honestly, Great Muta versus Undertaker at either the Tokyo Dome or a WrestleMania, like WrestleMania 25. That'd be pretty cool. But if not, then that would be a dream match. To see Great Muta and his mythical, supernatural creature that he's become, and Undertaker, and just the theatrics, I think would make for one hell of a match, and something that people would clamor for. I think that could sell a pay-per-view on its own. Number 4, if I was in a big company, wrestling for a big company, what would my theme song be? And if you go to my MySpace, the song by Hell Yeah, I really like that one, or the song that I pretty much used for the majority of my most recent matches. But, you know, Hell Yeah or Slipknot would be pretty cool to have as making my theme song, so something along those lines. Number 5, what is your thoughts on CAW leagues on YouTube? And he attached an example. Create a Wrestling League, I don't really watch a whole lot of. Actually, that was the first one that I'd watched, the one that Wolfspawn attached. But I don't know, it's like a unique way of getting to book your ideas and booking your friends and creating, and if you take the time, it's cool. I've done it to a lesser degree, probably. I haven't created a league, probably created a few wrestlers to see what they could do, but they're cool. I mean, they're like anything. They're like Red versus Blue, or any Makima stuff. I think it's got a place, and I'm a fan of some of it. So, you know, if anybody's got a CAW league they want me to critique or look at, send it my way and I'll take a look at it. If you could tag team with anyone against anyone, who would it be and why? Oh, that's a tough one. I mean, wow. Muta? Yeah, Muta against like the Steiners. Or Shawn Michaels, probably, against God, Ric Flair and Triple H. I don't know, you know, that would be like major. But aside from that, I've got a couple of guys that I've tagged with in the past that if I could join forces with them again, or our paths would cross, you know, anybody. The Briscoes. Give me like Paul London and me against the Briscoes. I'd like to see how that would turn out. So yeah, that was number 6. Number 7. What are my thoughts on Teddy Hart and Matt Bentley? Matt Bentley I've known since he was Michael Shane, but not really. We kind of cross paths every so often. Seemed like a super cool enough guy. Had a bit of, he knew he was better than everybody else, but he seems like he genuinely loved the business. And you know, hats off. I mean, he's related to Shawn Michaels. It's a pretty good gene pool to be a part of. Teddy Hart, another guy, you know, with a lot of history, and a lot of controversy. People talk about him. I think he does some amazing stuff. He's very fearless. His promos, he's kind of just very shock-worthy guy as far as promos go. But man, get your foot in the door and get seen on big time television. I mean, I think he's in Mexico now, but I mean, he's a talent. Both guys are talented. I wish them both the best. When was the last time I marked out to a match? Straight up marked out. Most anything Michaels is in, I can mark out to. Him and Cena, I could mark out to that. Their match at WrestleMania. Anytime Shawn's at WrestleMania, I mark out to it. Aside from that, Gail Kim and Awesome Kong, their feud before Awesome Kong won the match, including her victory, I thought was very well done, and I got a kick out of it. I'm eager really to watch Flair and Michaels at WrestleMania, and even Edge and Taker. I think I'll mark out for those in the sense of Taker's streak against Edge and what kind of I have in mind, and to see it'd be interesting if it plays out the way I think it's going to play out. And Michaels and Michaels and Flair, kind of the same thing. I mean, just wanting to see how you can put that match together, and I mean, I'm excited for it. So there you go. Who do I think is the future of wrestling? It's probably no one we know of. And when you say future, you got to be a little more specific. If you're talking the next 5 years, obviously Joe and CM Punk will probably be big stars. Hopefully CM Punk will be a big star just because he's one of my contemporaries. But near future, Cena. Distant future, there's probably some kid out there. I mean, you'll never really know. Obviously, I'd like my future to be I'm the biggest star on the planet, but we'll see what happens. And the last question, which, yeah, I got a little time. If I could choose a roster of 20 made up of any wrestlers in the world, who would be on the roster and why? I'm going to try to get this through as quickly as humanly possible. The Briscoes, Paul London, Brian Kendrick, and the Motor City Machine Guns. That would be first 6 because they would create some interesting tag situations as well as some singles development. I think those are some of the best tag teams, young tag teams, and to see all 3 in some kind of feud would be great. Daniels, Joe, Styles, just because of who they are, and give them the ball and run it. Shelton Benjamin, CM Punk, and Carlito, and along the same lines of here's an opportunity to be part of a core group. Let's see who can rise to the top. Myself, of course, why not? And Muta and Taker, and then probably Booker T, and for personal reasons, an Angle, just because he's one of the best in the world, if not the best. Larry Sweeney, because everyone needs a shit-talking manager, and he's one of the best, if not the best, at it. And I think that's it. Hopefully that's roughly 20. I know there weren't a lot of, but man, you gave me 10 really good questions, and I only have 10 really good minutes. So maybe later on I'll come up with what I would do if I was booking and I had all the resources. Finally, A-Stone08 had asked me about what I do to rate matches, and I'll go through this really quickly. I rate them based on entertainment value. I do not put a star rating because ultimately I just want to be able to mark out. I don't want to be a critic at all. That to me makes a great show, and that to me makes a great match, and that to me makes a great feud, is when you get lost in it and you forget for a moment that you're even involved in the business, that you're not looking at it from inside the bubble, but you're actually looking at it from outside the bubble. That's why I don't give star ratings. That's why I don't give a best out of 10. That's why I just don't do it. So there you go. Hope everyone enjoyed this. Next vid's coming up pretty quick, and I got a very good question from a friend, so I'm going to cover that. And it will probably be around my 1-year anniversary on YouTube, so be looking out for that. Again, stay sexy, stay classy, stay cool. But hey, you already knew that because you're sitting at the Lucha. Later.